What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Code Focus channel. Today what we're going to be doing is building a REST API with Node.js and Express. So this API is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to implement the get method just so you can get a nice grasp on how to build an API with Node.js and Express. So let's get straight into the build. Before we do, let's actually do a little demo of the API here. So if I hit this endpoint right here for products, we're going to get an array with all of the products in our database. I can even target a product according to its ID. So here we're targeting ID of 1, ID of 2, and ID of 3. And if we target ID of 4, we get nothing back because there are only 4 products or 3 products in the database. We can also target customers, and we get an array of customers. There are 4 of them, and we can also target them by their ID. So yeah, you can use these endpoints on your front end to query data and whatnot. So yeah, let's get straight into the build. So before we build, you're going to need to install some things on your machine. The first being Node.js. Download this one right here, recommended for most users. And then we're going to this code. This is what we're going to use for our text editor. So go ahead and open up VS Code and open up to a directory and just drag and drop that directory into VS Code. All right. Oops. So go into your directory and create a file called server.js. And then open up the terminal by clicking Control and backtick at the same time, or you can go up here and click New Terminal. And in here we're going to run npm install, npm init-y. All right. Now this will create a package.json file within your directory, and we're just gonna do a few things in here. Make sure this main is set to server.js, and then we're gonna get rid of this test. And we're also going to make another script here called dev, and we're gonna do nodemon server.js. And if you don't have nodemon installed globally, all you have to do is npm install -g nodemon, and that will install nodemon globally on your machine. Or you can install it as a dev dependency in this project by doing npm install /d nodemon, or nodemon. I think that's how you pronounce it. All right. We're also going to do type module so that we can do ES6 imports. All right, so go into the server.js and do imports express from express. Now, we don't have this installed yet, so to install it, go into, actually wait, did I do that? No, we didn't. Okay, so do npm install express. All right. So now we can say, make a variable called app and assign it to express. Great. And that's all you really need to do to get your Express server going. Now we're just going to listen on a specific port, that port being 5000. So assign a port variable to 5000 and do app.listen ports as the first argument and a callback function as the second argument that will console.log just some text. We'll say server is running on ports, and we'll do $, curly braces, port. Make sure you use backticks here so that you can use the $, curly brace thing here. All right. Now we're also going to just handle some unhandled rejection errors by doing this down here. So process on unhandled rejection, and this callback will have error passed in. So console.log backticks error is equal to error.message. And then we're also going to take the server. Oh, don't do that. To get the server, we're going to use the app.listen return value. So do const server is equal to app.listen, and then down here do server.close and pass in a function that returns process.exit1. Alright, great. So now if we open our terminal and do npm run dev, this should work. Alright, what is the problem here? Unhandled rejection. Oh, because I'm already running this on my other window. Okay, let's try this again. All right, awesome. There we go. Server is running on port 5000. All right, so if we open up a browser and hit this endpoint, localhost 5000, you should get cannot get /. This means it is working. So now we're gonna create some routes. So do app.get /, and then as a second argument pass in a function, and this will get, so this function will get run when we hit this endpoint right here. And we'll do first of all we'll do a console.log test, and we'll do res.status 200, which means success, and we'll do JSON, and we'll just do test is equal to test. Actually, we're not going to do JSON. We're going to do send hi. Okay, great. So if we refresh this, we should get hi here and test here. Great. Now let's try to send JSON through. So we'll do test. Now this will go through, perfect. But let's go ahead and use the express JSON middleware up here. All right. Now, what we're going to do is create another file here called data.js, and we're going to put our made up data here. So we're going to put a products array and a customers array. So you can go ahead and copy this. Okay, pause the video if you need to. And we're going to initiate a variable here called database and assign that to an object with both the products array and the customers array. And then we're going to export default DB. Okay, so now we can go back into our server and import this DB. Import DB from /data.js. And since we're using type module here, you need to make sure you put the .js here when you're importing files into another file. All right. So now we can make a route here, a get request to API/products, and we'll do rec res. So we're going to say products is equal to db.products, and then we'll do res.status 200.json is equal to products, or JSON, and then pass in an object with the products array. Great, so when we hit this endpoint right here, we should get this array of products in JSON format. All right, let's try it out. API/products. Awesome, there we go. So now if we want to get a specific product by its ID, we can do that by using parameters. So we'll do another get method down here and say API/products/ what are these called? colon, and then whatever you want your parameter to be called. In this case, we'll call it ID. Then we'll do rec res, and same thing as we did before, get the products from the database. And then we're also going to get the ID from our parameters. So what we have to do is rec.params.id. So whatever you put here after this symbol, say it was title, then you'd grab it out of params like so. But in this case, we're going to do ID. So we need to do rec.params.id. All right, now we're going to use a JavaScript, an array method on the products array to find the specific product via its ID. So let's do products.find, and the callback will return whatever item has an ID equal to ID. All right, we'll do res.status 200.json product. Okay, let's see. This should work. So let's try it out. We'll do products-1. Awesome. So we get the one product here with an ID of 1. Let's grab the second one. There we go. So it's working. Now we're gonna do this all over again, but for customers. So let's create another get request here on API/customers, and we will do rec res. And here we're going to grab the customers from the database. So do db.customers, and we'll do res.status 200.json customers. All right, so if we hit this endpoint, then we should get all of the customers. Great. Now, again, let's make a route where we can access a customer via its ID. So API/customers/:ID. Rec res. And again, we'll grab the customers from the database. We'll grab the ID from the params. You could also do rec.params and destructure here. So that this right here is the same as this. All right, then we'll do const customer is equal to customers.find item. Item.id is equal to ID. Now we can do res.status 200.json is equal to customer. All right, so if we do /1 here, we should get the first customer. Awesome. And then we'll go /4. Great. And if we did /5, it should be an empty object because there is no fifth customer. All right, so there is the simple API. If you want me to expand on this and do like post requests, put requests, and delete requests, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.